Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match full of show on the internet. We've just come back from London Stadium where West Ham won a game. They won a game.
It's amazing.
A very rare PMP where we're all smiling for once. Look at this, happy hammers, eh?
I'm sure Scott will find some negatives.
Go on, Scott.
Go on, Scott.
All right, now, has he beat the fraud allegations that you put against him?
Hold on a minute. Go for the starting lineup because it's very different. Go for the starting lineup.
It was very different. It was the starting lineup I think we all wanted to see. A back four with strong back. Bit strange he played the two centre halves opposite sides.
Well, they needed to try saying it because they've got fucking Tom and Jerry.
Best performance I've seen for the pair of them.
So I said Areola in goal. You had Wan-Bissaka on the right, Diouf on the left, Kilman and Talibo. A midfield three of Fernandes, Paquetá and Potts, and an attacking three of Somerville, Wilson and Bowen. It's amazing what happens when you play the right players.
Yeah, we've been saying it for weeks, mate. You know, Potts he's shined in pre-season. He ain't been giving him a chance. You know, him and Fernandes, the way they finished the game last week against Leeds, it would have been a crime if he didn't start them two and give him a chance, and it proved it. You know, we're going to talk more about the game in a minute, but go on.
Why hasn't he given him a chance?
I don't know.
Why has it taken two managers 10 games?
Didn't give him a chance either, so I'm not really sure. But obviously, Potts has been very professional. He's just kept his head down. He's waiting for his chance, and he took his chance. But not only him, Fernandes as well. It's just the way they complemented each other yesterday. They both worked hard for each other and the rest of the team. And as I said on Friday Night Pint, play the back four and just play either one or the two in front of them just to protect them. Yeah. And that's what they done yesterday. The way they was breaking up the play. Potts, that was his first start in the Premier League. He come up against one of the best midfield three in the Premier League, and they couldn't get anywhere near him. It was, yeah.
I think we all said it in when we were talking on Friday Night Pint, and I think everyone was expecting their midfield to absolutely steamroll.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely steamroll us, and they didn't even have they didn't really cause us too many problems.
They didn't lay a glove on us.
Yeah. What I loved was just the way they was putting in tackles as well. Yeah. Like Potts on Tonali. He don't give a shit that's Tonali. Nope. He's putting that foot in, he's leaving himself there, let him know that you're in for a game today.
There was a time, and I know this is like very Potts heavy, but there was a moment in that game where I was watching it, and you know when you just think, this is why this kid needs to play, right? So he's gone in for a 50-50, he's lost the battle, right? He's turned. Yeah, I don't know whether you would have shown this on telly. He's turned, right? And as he's turned, he's sort of tugged the player back, right? And the player's gone to whack it across, but Potts is falling. Yeah. And instead of just dropping, he's dived, so his body has got in front of the ball, so the ball can't pass him, right? So he's dived, he's whacking it. It must have been Tonali or Joelinton.
This was the foul that was a foul, but he took the ball first.
Yes, yeah.
It was never a foul in the first place.
But it's not about the foul.
He had
it's
the
about
awareness to pull the other.
Not just awareness. It's about the bravery. Like there's midfielders in there. I'm not going to name them, right? But there's midfielders that we've got there that would have just dropped to the floor.
Why won't you name them?
Well, because it's all of them probably, apart from Soucek. But there was, you know, it's like Rodriguez, fucking any of them, right? They just dropped to the floor. They waved their arms up in the air, and they were looking for the foul. He's literally tried to dive in front of the ball, and that's what we're missing. That's when I looked at it and I thought,
it's not even just things like that. It's just the way he's positioned. You know, I mean, he's been compared a lot to when Declan Rice first broke into the team and when we put him in midfield. But I don't want to compare him to Declan Rice because he's Potts. You know, he's not Declan Rice. You know, Declan Rice is another level at the moment. But Potts, the way he started, you can see the potential he's got, and it's the way he just drops off and he wants the ball. I said to Dan yesterday when we done the reaction, what I loved about him. It's like last minute of the game, Paquetá gets booked and Potts is screaming at Paquetá saying, get back, get in your position like that. And he's got the fucking bottle to say that to players like Paquetá. He don't care that this is his first Premier League start against someone that's played over 100 Premier League games. You know, and as I said, Fernandes has got to get a lot of credit as well because I thought he had a brilliant game yesterday. I thought that was his best game in the West Ham shirt.
Yeah, because I mean, since that Forest game he was very good, but he sort of drifted out a bit after that. But again, you keep changing up the midfield and, some of the midfields he's been in. I mean, it was mad. Like that Brentford one, he was in there with Irving and Soucek. And then Nuno goes, nah, he's the one we drop out of them three. And now he's got someone who I think he can build a solid partnership. And then you've got both of them very young players. Yep. You've got Magassa as potentially a backup to Potts as a young player.
I forgot about him, and it was he's I think he's going to be on the end of not playing.
Yeah, Magassa. Yeah, but Magassa's got to do what. Like, he's got to earn that chance. Take it when he gets it.
You may see, because he's more of a holding midfielder, you may see when we come up against the likes of a Liverpool or a City,
you see three in
you
there.
may see a Magassa Potts as sort of trying to protect the back four, even though against some of these sides at the minute we should.
But you see the difference as well when like the free role that Paqueta had yesterday, how different his game was.
And this is the thing, right? This is what everyone's keeps banging on about. We should get rid of Paqueta and all this. This is the problem. When he's on it, West Ham are on it.
Yeah.
My problem is with him is he's not on it that often, and I don't think that's always his fault. Because I think he's a certain type of quality player that thrives on runners in front of him, and we've never had a runner in front of him.
But now we had. Well, we did have some of it. Wilson.
This is why you play a striker when you've got a striker available.
Exactly.
I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, Callum Wilson. He bullied their two centre backs.
And they're two big old lads.
He didn't have many chances yesterday. He had one half chance that the keeper saved. But apart from that, the way he was holding up the ball, bullying the defenders, backing into them, allowed Somerville, Paqueta, and Bowen to do their stuff.
But sometimes for a striker of that ilk. And as someone who's played as a striker myself, sometimes it's not about scoring the goals. It's about occupying the defenders and making them think about you. Like sometimes when you come up against the bone, they'll pump it long, and the defender will look at the ball, he'll look at Bowen and go, right, easy, bop, gone, right? When you got put like someone like Wilson backing into you, trying to hold you off, he's feeling you, he knows where you are, he knows he's struggling with you, and all that, and that makes you start thinking, every ball that's coming over there, I've got to get there before him, and that's when mistakes start being made, and he occupies in defender, and both of them are saying, keep your eye on him. If he comes your side, you keep your eye on him.
It's not only that; it's the movement that he makes when he's running, the runs that he pulls. He runs, and this is what I've said a long time, going all the way back to Antonio. Doesn't make the runs that a striker would make. No. Wilson does.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between him and Fulkrug. Fulkrug, they know, is going to want to interlink the plate. Yeah. He's going to want to build up. He's want to hold it up. Wilson's not. Wilson can do the whole dynamic. He can hold it up if he needs to be. He can challenge in the air. He can run through.
He's like a proper throwback 9, like a number 9.
Yeah. The first time we've had a proper 9 since Diafra Sacco. That says a lot.
I think and I think that's this that has to be the team now. Like, he can't chop and change. I want to see no more experimentation unless someone really deserves to be. They have to be horrendous. But play him.
The issue is with that is you get too reliant. We've seen that in the past. You get too reliant on one team, and you get suspensions, you get bookings, and then the players that come in have not played enough football.
But that's what the bench is for. Like, if he just goes now and goes, he can't just go. Well, we need to give Magassa a go. So Potts, you're out, and we put Magassa.
You
do have the team that starts.
But that is what Premier League football is. You do have to use that squad, because when they need to become called on and relied on, they need to be ready. And we've seen that trap. We've had that trap before. Who was it? It was Moyes. It must have been Moyes. He kept on playing the same team, and you had people like Lanzini that wasn't getting games, and all of a sudden someone drops out. Then you've got to start playing him.
You've got to build a base and some consistency
of course,
say,
absolutely.
And then eventually over time, look, some player might need to get rested, or it might be an opposition where you go, actually he'd be a better fit here, but. Don't, like I said, you may have one or two here and there tweaks. This has to be the base, right? And you build on it.
Yeah, when you find your team, you try to stick with it as long as there's no injuries, no suspensions, and in your bench you need to be ready. You need to have quality on the bench to come on and replace the players that are coming off it during the game. But like yesterday, I don't know if you all thought it as well, but like when Bowen hit the post, and 26 seconds later you find yourself 1-0 down, you think this is just a day.
Yeah,
this is it.
Exactly that.
The floodgates open.
Yeah, but this is the one thing that I loved about yesterday. There was something different about when we went 1-0 down yesterday to when we went 1-0 down against Leeds and Brentford. You see the mentality in the team, and they just kept going and going. They was creating chances, and we absolutely bullied them. And we needed a bit of luck, and we got that. Like the penalty, For me, it wasn't a penalty. He's got the
never a
ball.
penalty.
He's got the
It's
ball.
never a penalty.
Like people were saying today, oh yeah, but he's caught him after. Yeah, but that's after he's got the ball. You can't. You're always going to have impact.
Sometimes though, you do see them given where they've gone. Well, he's got the ball, but he got the man as well.
No,
and
he's looking.
What
For me,
I'm saying is they sometimes give him.
For me, he's looking at the ball.
Yeah.
He's got the ball.
Yep.
Whether it's a little touch or he's touched the ball, and it was the right decision.
Yeah, it was. Listen, the referee was awful yesterday. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he was a shame.
How Dan Burn didn't get a card early on in that game, I don't know. The decision to give the penalty. Look,
Everything
it
was going their way.
I thought it was penalty.
No, he took the ball.
And the reason I think it's a penalty is because, yes, he got the ball. He got the slightest nick on the ball, right? But the ball wasn't going out for me. It was still in trajectory where he could have got it.
The defender come across.
But he got the ball.
But the thing is, but hold up.
No,
But it should have been a corner then.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it a corner?
That's what I couldn't work out. Why it weren't
He
a
done
corner.
a drop ball bollocks.
Yeah.
Give us a corner.
I don't know why he didn't give us a corner, but for me.
But that's
he's
why it's
got the
another.
ball.
It just shows all these positions going against us.
What I will say is, if you look at the Potts incident you were talking about, the foul was given because he took the ball and then took the player after.
That's
Well,
see what I mean. This is exactly what I just said to you.
This is what I'm saying to you. Like, you get that in the penalty, but listen, I understand that. I'm a fan of old-fashioned football.
As a defender, you give it. I win the ball, and you tell me that's a penalty. What's the point?
There's no point in challenging for the ball. I've always been of that. If you win the ball in any way, it shouldn't be a foul, right? But as you say, that's the rule. If you get the ball and take the man, it's a foul.
Yeah, it shouldn't be because it's a.
No, it's
that's the law.
Yeah.
So that's what he's done to Bowen. He's took the ball and the man.
Yeah. So and that's the thing. When you look at it, the Potts in the centre of the pitch, that's a free kick. But in a penalty area, it's not a penalty.
That makes no
Yeah, but
sense.
that goes on all over the pitch, doesn't it?
foul.
Sometimes you see things given out, like in centre mid and in the box, it ain't given. But for me,
where else on the pitch? Where else on the pitch can you put your body up like that and stop someone getting mad?
If you watch it again, like it's
trying
just
to play the ball.
like Bowen, and there's contact there.
Yeah.
But he's got the ball, but.
No, I think what Bowen said was, he said, look, on another, maybe sometimes you get them, but it was just at that moment you think nothing's going our way. But the players, they didn't let that get to, and I just wonder where this has been, this mentality. Now they've managed to turn it around.
I think it's a culmination of things. I think it's Wolves sacking their manager, and then they're starting to think, fucking hell, we lose here.
Yeah.
We could be bottom next week.
I think they was all thinking what we was thinking as well with the lineup. When they see that lineup, they're probably like confident. They're probably like,
that's what I'm saying. That's where it comes from. Is that they look at that, especially the forward players. They know what they've got behind them. No disrespect to Soucek and Irving, they're not good enough to start now
100%.
in the Premier League. And when you got even with our equaliser, the way Fernandez got the second ball, just recycled it straight away, headed it down to Paqueta. He knew what he was doing. It was a great strike. Look, the goalkeeper, they're saying, oh, he should have saved it, but the power behind it, it was late for him to see. It was a great strike, and that's what I'm saying. That was the difference between us yesterday. And even when we got to 1-1, you think, oh, we're going to sit back now, but we didn't.
Yeah.
And even the second goal, we needed that luck. We needed that luck for a change.
But they're games. In games, your luck sways.
Yeah,
of course it does.
You know what I mean? Like as you say, we've had and the offside goal. The Potts offside goal later on, you know what I mean? Like, although it wasn't in the same.
A toe or something, weren't it?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's ridiculous. We'll talk about that a bit later. But you don't get that luck. Then all of a sudden you get some luck, and then you see your luck start to change.
Yeah, but you make that happen.
You make the luck yourself
by going forward, by creating.
But that's what I was saying.
And
at 1-1, I was sitting in the stand and I'm screaming at them like, I've seen this before. You get to 1-1, you're within a minute or so of the whistle, right? You know you got 5 minutes over. You're creeping up to the 49th minute. It's easy to turn around and go, just sit, boys. Like they've had a couple of chances, just see it out, and then I don't think that, but that's why every minute counts. Just keep on going.
But we did.
Because they switch off as well, because they're thinking the same thing. Right? So that's what we did. We kept on going. Got that goal just before half time. And that, from there, I was never worried that we was going to lose the game.
No, I mean you could see Eddie Howe weren't happy, and he's made the 3 subs at half time. You know, they were awful yesterday, Newcastle. I was expecting a lot more from. I couldn't work out as well why Dan Burns are on throw-ons when he's the tallest fucking player in their squad. Like whether he's got a long throw or not.
Yeah.
Why ain't he in the box?
Yeah.
Flicking them on.
Yep.
The thing is, though, I think they weren't expecting that. I think they was a bit shell-shocked by what West Ham turned up. And one of the biggest issues for West Ham has been chance creation. I've always said we never test goalkeepers enough. We made Nick Pope work his arse off yesterday. We were creating.
Well.
He did play, And like you think about it, he's letting 3 goals, but all the saves he had to pull off. We hardly ever do that. Goalkeepers are probably having cushy time.
Kilman had a couple of chances that was well saved by Pope.
Yeah.
And again, it's another one of them ones. Like, he's had a fucking rough time. If he gets a goal, it might change something.
He should have done better with his header though.
Yeah. The free header, the first one.
He should have
directed it.
Corner, but you know, I don't think he was expecting to have that. It's one of them. I think he weren't expecting to have that much time.
I think Tadibo and Kilman both played well yesterday.
Do you know what?
Both their positioning, their tackles, you know. Even like Tadibo when he does that thing where he drops the shoulder and it was all working for him yesterday. I've seen him get caught a few times like that, but no, even Diouf started off poor. It was like he got twist and turn for their goal. Should have done a lot better, but after that, he got into the game and he was up and down the left.
The thing is with that as well, though, it was a good finish.
No, it was a great finish.
It's a great finish, you know.
It's a great finish. But I'm just saying that
as a fullback, you're
Murphy
told to try and show him the line.
Yeah.
And he's twisted him inside out. He should have done better, but it was a good finish.
That's hard to get it in that place where from now.
Definitely.
That's hard.
Great finish. But if you know what thingy yesterday for me, we had leaders out there yesterday. Potts was a leader.
Been?
Tadibo was a leader. You saw Tadibo commanding the back line. You saw Tadibo in the box when we're setting up for corners, shouting at people.
Maybe he should been put in a place where he's more comfortable.
Even Areola yesterday, every punch, every catch, all his kicks was spot on.
Yep.
Like it just seemed like something clicked yesterday. And look, I know people say, "Oh, don't get carried away and all that. It's one game at a time." But you know, when you've seen the shit we've had to watch over the past few weeks, and even the players, like it's nice that we can sit here and you know, talk about a win, and it was a great performance.
8 months.
No, it's not
since we've won a home game.
What we're asking our team to do is win 2 games in a week, and we've done it twice in a year, so in 8 months. So
It's a big game.
It's a massive game because it's a 6-pointer.
Yeah,
it's a 6-pointer because if they win, they go clear. And when you look at the running we've got. So to go into the international break level on points with them, you know, it gives us more confidence going into these other games.
It'll mean nothing if we don't turn up. But
it's one of them things. Last week I sat here. I genuinely felt like I was at a wake. Last week I sat here at this table and I genuinely felt I had nothing to say. Because I'm sitting there thinking in my mind, we're down. We're going down. There is no. Well, turn up then. There is no.
He wanted his own show.
There is no. There is no different. What's feeling than a week in football? It can, because I'm looking at it last week and it's like, there's no hope. There's no hope here, right? And then you get that, and this is what football does, and this is why football's so great. And then you're looking at the tape, and now I'm looking at I know this sounds stupid, but I'm thinking, well, Newcastle only 12 points. That's only 2 wins. And 2 losses, and then. You know what I mean? And that's what a win does for you.
The big test is going to be to see if we can be consistent, because that's the problem.
Well, the big test is this week.
Yeah, it's this week. That's what I'm saying. Now, can we go and take this good performance? Because I've seen West Ham so many times. We get a big unexpected win, then we play a lesser team in the league, and we think we can just turn up.
Well, it'd be so West Ham for us to go and lose on Saturday now. But we need to change that mentality, and Nuno, hopefully, I don't think anyone picked up any injuries yesterday, so it should be the same starting 11 on Saturday, unless anything happens during the week. But I mean that team there is good enough to beat Burnley, and if we go out there and get a convincing win as well, it just changes it lift the spirits around the football club.
The goal difference comes down a little bit. You know, that's why I was screaming for the 3rd goal when he was trying to disallow the 3rd goal. Let's talk about the Potts disallowed goal.
Yeah, as a joke.
I've got to talk about this. Young kid, listen, let me say this straight off the bat. I'm not sitting there complaining about it, because the law is the law.
Yeah.
right? We know the law is the law, right?
Yeah.
But is that what offsides were made for?
No.
Something like that, it should be your foot off. So
It's got to be daylight.
Right, so the whole concept of VAR was brought in clear
Clear and obvious mistake.
mistakes.
Yeah.
A foot being offside isn't clear
toe,
and obvious.
a toe.
No, that wasn't even a toe,
That's it.
Scott.
But it's
Toenail.
the problem is this is the thing, right? It's the law, and if it was against us, we'd be screaming if we called off.
Oh yeah, cool. It's
a
like the
goal
penalty
scoring
decision,
part of
isn't
his
it? If
body.
that was if Newcastle, like if that was the other way round, we'd be screaming, "No, it's fucking."
Yeah,
if Newcastle got a
but
penalty.
then the VAR, like if the VAR don't overturn it and you go, well, it's not clear enough, then you have to accept
So
it.
the penalty incident, that is a clear and obvious mistake by the referee. The referee has given a penalty. It wasn't a penalty.
Right.
The defenders took the ball. It should have been a corner.
Yeah.
Right?
Which he goes and looks at.
Yeah. And why it took 4 minutes to decide that? Because as soon as I see the replay, I went, well, that ain't a penalty. If I can see that as a footballer who kicks
Yeah, but
ball
I
out,
thought it was a penalty. Because that's why it takes 4 minutes.
But you don't, though, because the rules are you take the ball, it ain't a penalty. So he started to turn up, his leg weren't up higher.
But with the
he took
offside, if his foot is over,
a human eye can't see it. But a human eye
You
can't see
cannot.
that.
You can't see a toe.
No,
you
a human eye
can't.
can't see it.
Impossible.
What advantage has been gained by Soucek's toe being a fraction offside?
Yeah.
Nothing. No advantage.
And this is the problem. This is where VAR will never be
Perfect.
because that is it. You're sitting there saying, a toe offside, or
Yeah,
even
but-
half a
but
foot
we've-
offside
but we've been
doesn't
saying-
give you an advantage.
But Scott, we've been saying this since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
But it's a long time. It should be daylight. It should be daylight.
It should be daylight.
Because of movement.
Yep.
He's moving that way and I'm moving that way.
I remember
Naturally,
reading that they were supposed to be going back to daylight.
Back in the day, it was daylight.
Yeah,
You
they
had
were
to have
supposed to be daylight
between you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if like my head's in front of Ryan's body and I'm attacking his defender,
because
there's daylight behind my
even
head,
if
he's
I'm
offside.
coming this way and he's going that way, right? So I'm pushing off. If his back's touching my back, right? We're still in the same position.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not my fault he's moving that way and I'm moving that way.
I've seen
Like, he could be moving back.
arms being given offside
Yeah,
because
but
an
you
arm.
can't- you shouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they've been given.
Yeah.
This
but
is
you
the
shouldn't.
fucking
You
problem.
can't score with you can score with your shoulder, but you can't score with your arm.
I've seen it before. How the fuck can you do that?
But this is the problem, right? Is that, and this is why VAR will always have problems in it. Instead of just having these are the rules, and this is what we use VAR for, we change the rules all the time.
Yeah.
And that's
I've seen
why
it,
it was,
yeah.
and that's
We
the problem.
changed them once. About 5 games into the season.
Yeah.
There was something to do with a penalty decision. I can't remember what it was.
Was it the handball?
Something about handball with the Tottenham game. And then all of a sudden they went, they're so contentious that we're going to change it.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, you're 5 games into a fucking season. Like, them 5 games now are void. Because you've judged them and refereed them the wrong way.
But it's the same. It's the same as if you're defending, right? All this bollocks with your arms back. Put your arms in a natural position when you're defending. They're here, right? And I remember.
But Scott,
I'm going back a bit.
you can't
But I remember
say that.
Suarez, right, chipping the ball up, standing in front of Tompkins. Tompkins is like, hey, chip the ball into his hand. It's a penalty.
Yeah.
It's not. He can't move his hand out of the way quick enough, And this is the problem with the handball rule.
handball.
But it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If your arms are down by your side, it hits your hands.
Even that, Scott, like, if you stretch your leg out, right? Look at me now.
Yeah.
Look at my
But
hand.
that's exactly because you're balancing yourself.
Yeah, because it's balanced.
They need to have one set of rules and just stick with them.
That is
if they're
exactly
going to
it.
say that toe is offside, then we just have to say, okay, that's the rules, we
Yeah.
have to accept it. But you watch next week,
Liverpool
or Man United or Arsenal, one of them top teams will get a decision like that and it'll go for them. Because I've seen them before.
Yeah.
You've seen them before. I remember, what was it the other, earlier this season, there was someone scored against one of the top teams. And all of a sudden, they didn't have the lines to put on the screen.
Yeah, I saw
It's
that.
funny that, isn't it? That they don't have the lines when it's going against the top teams.
Yeah.
It was Arsenal. It was Arsenal.
But the thing is, look, it's just a shame that moment happened because it's taken away that moment from Potts. You could tell by his dad's reaction, he knew it was offside.
I know. I was looking. I was going, "Oh, Ryan, he's fucking
I'll be
smiling."
honest, when I see it in slow mo before I even done the lines, I've sitting there thinking Soucek looks
And
like
plus, his dad's probably thinking, "Fuck, he's equal my goal scorer in 8 games."
That's the thing. At first, my reaction was, "For fuck's sake, Soucek." Then I really see it. I'm like, he can't do nothing. There's nothing he knows about it.
The commentator said, didn't it? If he'd have had a size 11 instead of size 13, it'd have been a goal.
So when I watched it back, I thought he was more offside than he actually was.
Yeah.
It's a toe.
Yeah.
I hope
But
that
the way he
drives
slammed that
Potts
in.
and gets it. Yeah, he come in.
Potts
I was
have
right
many
behind it,
moments
though.
like that.
Yeah, honestly, it will just make when he really does get his goal even sweeter. But it does. I'm really gutted about it. But I have to say, right, Soucek, that's his role now. Like, to me, I think he did a really good job there. He come off the
agree.
bench. I don't think he should be starting midfield again. That's how we need to use him, and he done well.
I was a little bit. I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you something because I was there, and obviously sometimes you don't see what I see, right? He didn't have a fucking clue what he was doing, where he was playing. He didn't have a clue. He was dropping into them, but I think he was told to drop. But when he's running up front, right? I don't know whether you can see it, but he's running towards the ball. And I'm thinking, like, where the fuck are you going? Like, he's like running. But bless him, yeah. But I'll tell you this now. I will never, ever take any Soucek slander. Never. Like, I'll see a big account on it saying he shouldn't be playing again. He shouldn't never wear a West Ham shirt again. It was West Ham transfers, right?
Totally disagree with that.
Right? Should never.
You know, he should be playing
But listen,
in the right role.
but I'm just saying, he should never wear a West Ham shirt after the 2 games. And I've done a show midweek and I said, listen, there's always a role here for somebody like that, right? And what the epitome of that was, right? And I'm going to tell you what it was. I was standing right behind the goal. I could see the other end, right? I'm in the Bobby Moore lower. I'm looking straight on. A geezer fucking lashed the ball, yeah? And he's playing up front, remember? Yeah. He lashed the ball. It must have been going 80, 90 mile an hour, right? It was going right towards the top corner. And out of nowhere, Thomas Soucek just dived in front of it, mate, and it just come off his head. Yeah, you must have seen it, but I'm just saying, but I could see that. But I could see the way he just went, like his face and everything just went.
He knows he's going to get hurt, but that's
he knows he's going to get hurt.
But
right?
that's what we've
and then in the 97th minute, when they're pressing, everyone's around going, we're going to concede. Bowen gets the ball. Bowen should have finished it. Yeah. But as I said, right on the morning after, you don't know what's coming when that ball's ricocheting in there. This defender's coming from behind you, from the side here. The goalkeeper's coming back. You're going to get hurt, right? If someone tries to slide in there, he chucks himself in front of it, mate. Full body, both legs, making sure that ball crosses that line.
Yeah.
Right? And that is why in relegation scrap, not just in relegation scrap, because the geezer's been magnificent since he's been here, ever since. And I've been guilty of slagging him off before. I've been guilty of it, right? But I'm just saying, when it's time to stand up and be counted, right? And I'm not slagging anyone off about yesterday's game, but would I rather have a Lucas Paquetá or a Thomas Soucek
in that situation?
I know who I'm choosing every time.
Yeah, I agree. But I think when we do all this revisionism, I think it's fine to say, like, we shouldn't be starting Soucek over X player. Like, if
sorry, but
Soucek's
people saying he's one of the most disrespected players ever.
No, I'm just saying, but I think it's fine to say I don't think Soucek should start over Potts or Fernandes.
No, I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that, and I've always said I think he's got a great role as being an impact sub off the bench.
I'm not blaming you, sir.
No, I know. I'm just saying what we got to do is we got to be balanced.
You got to put it in the context. Yeah, he can't be starting.
The thing is, Soucek could start. If they played a midfield three and he played in with Potts and Fernandes, he could start because he's got legs around him.
But then who do you drop?
Oh, if Paquetá ain't available, say for
Or sometimes if you think to yourself, right, we need to pack it in midfield out, like you said, if we play like a City or Liverpool. And you might have to drop like Somerville, let's just say.
See that? That is the correct team, right? That is who I would play them against.
Yeah.
Because they are weak at the back. And I mean weak. They look vulnerable at the back.
Who's that?
Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool, yeah.
They look fucking weak.
They've got the greatest defender that's ever lived, Virgil van Dijk.
No, not anymore.
This is the thing, Soucek in the air, and when you need to scrap, Soucek's the man you want in there. That's the thing.
You know what you're going to get with Soucek. He's going to put his body on the line. How many bruises have we seen? Week in, week out.
We need a Soucek in centre back. Like, I would love to see how he does in centre back, but you need that calibre, that type of player in centre back.
The only thing that would worry me with Soucek at centre back is he's too slow. That's the only thing I think.
Yeah, but to be fair, Dawson weren't a fucking sprinter, was he?
But there is as centre back you have to know.
But Dawson's played that position for so long. He knows how to.
His positioning about
he's already 5 yards ahead of the striker.
And not being funny, with our centre backs, I wouldn't want to see Soucek with him.
Listen, if it was a fucking desperate, he's the one.
No, but if he was, say, in a back three,
Yeah.
Because he's playing like
It's hard,
other
mate.
people
It's
out there.
fucking hard.
He's played Creswell.
I'm very happy with Soucek being on the bench until we need him.
Because we was talking
Got
about
players
playing
in.
Alvarez there. No, I'm not saying
Alvarez plays it.
Alvarez plays it.
He plays it for Mexico.
If we get in, that's desperation. level.
Soucek now with,
To be
with
fair,
the-
we've been at desperation.
everyone fully fit. He's on the bench and he comes on and he does a job 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, and this is
But this is it.
We'll see out a game for us or win us.
But this is it, and I've said it time after time. When you need a goal,
Thomas Soucek.
Thomas Soucek is the one.
Exactly.
A little
I would love to
spin.
know where he is actually in the goal record, because obviously Bowen's chasing top
be up
scorer.
there.
He's got to be up there in goals.
I bet he's got 25.
He's got to be in the 20, sure.
I would like to see who he's
got
going to
to
be close to taking.
reckon he might
What
be
do you have,
more.
taking.
8 or 9 in the first
He
season?
had one. He had 11, didn't he?
I think so. Or was that was all Premier League though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
In terms of midfielders in the Premier League,
That's not mine.
in terms of midfielders in the Premier League, he's got. I think so. Listen, hopefully he can get many more. But I think if you use him right,
in the right way.
you can get more years out of him, or more time out of him.
But that's the thing. It's just he's just not a starter anymore.
No.
The thing is, you'll look to me about negatives and all that. The big negative for me is that bench. That bench is so.
I mean, no Marshall.
So weak.
Marshall weren't on the bench yesterday. Obviously, Callum was back, which was a boost. But obviously, Fulkrug's still out injured. Apparently, he's on grass now, so he's probably a few weeks away.
He'll be able to drug test.
Yeah, Mavropanos, once again, probably maybe back after the international break. But the squad, even with them back, the squad is still weak.
Oh, it's
so
weak.
we need to go out in
thing
January and get
The thing is,
a
you
few
say
more players in.
Guilherme's a boost. Is it really?
No, just a boost to have him on the bench.
I want to see him on the bench. But this is the
Like
thing.
Potts, mate. In pre-season, he was one of the better ones.
And this is
Guilherme's
the
a
problem. He needs
boost
to
because if you take
bring that in. You know?
he's a like-for-like replacement for Somerville, right? In terms of his burst of pace. Like if you're taking Somerville off, who have you got to bring on that is as close to what Somerville does?
I really like Somerville.
That's what I'm saying.
Guilherme's not a Somerville.
I'm not saying he is a Somerville, but he's got pace on the left and he's good on the ball.
Yeah.
So how is he?
I just looked at that bench and thinking, even with Fulkrug there, Fulkrug's not a Callum Wilson. You know, he bringing him on to do
They're not
what
the same player.
Soucek. No, but bring him on to do. And I know that. I know what thingy. But when you look at when Soucek, that moment Soucek comes on, do you see Fulkrug doing the same as what Soucek done when he come on?
No.
And this is what concerns me.
I don't rate Fulkrug. I don't know what he actually brings to the team.
His link-up play is brilliant.
Yeah, but usually he don't link up with anyone.
No, but again, this goes back to our old thingy when we had other players that link up really well. We don't play high enough up the pitch.
Well,
this is what we need.
You look, Scott, right? I always go back to this fucking game because we watched it together. It was amazing. The Villa game, Potter's first game. Fulkrug, that was like Fulkrug's best performance, right?
Yeah.
Because he was playing. You had Somerville, Kudus, Paqueta, I think, was played. You had Fulkrug, and Fulkrug was passing the ball, pass ball. He was brilliant, and then he got injured.
Yeah, and this is the problem. I like him as a player, but
You got to like look. He's German international.
Yep.
Champions League, right? So he's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's Premier League or what, but you got to play to his strengths.
It's not Premier League level though. I'm sorry, but he's not.
Yeah,
it's mad. Isn't it?
But it's not. There's certain players that just don't fit here. David Soucek was one of the best strikers in the world. He came here and he couldn't fucking hack it.
Yeah, but he was 34 when he came
But so was he. He's 33.
But this is the mad thing about it, right? Is when you look at some strikers who thrive in Europe, thrive in other countries, come to the Premier League and just can't cut it, even at a young age.
Mutu couldn't cut it.
No.
What was the other guy? Kasbaya was one of the best. Was it Kasbaya? Not
Crespo.
Crespo. Crespo was one of the.
Falcao.
Shevchenko.
Falcao.
I watched Shevchenko. Me and him.
Crespo done all right. He won the Premier League. He scored a few goals.
He done all right, but he weren't.
The player.
He weren't the player that he was. In Italy, he was like Shevchenko was the one. I remember going to Wembley and watching Arsenal versus Dynamo Kiev. My mate got us tickets years ago when we was kids. We was only when they was at Wembley, when they used to play the Champions League games at Wembley, and they watched Dynamo Kiev, and we watched him and Rebrov, and they tore him to pieces.
Yeah.
And I remember coming out there going, he's the best striker I've ever seen. Right? He came here, couldn't really hack it. And he had all the tools. Do you know what I mean? And
it's weird. It's just weird.
It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, it's strange.
Right, you've got a wiki up here.
Sorry, 201 games.
Yeah.
including the loan spell,
Yep.
37 goals.
He's not bad return, is it?
So
that
you
all
think?
comps, though?
Centre midfield.
Yeah, that's all comps. That's not
all
Prem.
comps.
That's all comps, yeah.
Yeah, because obviously with the
doesn't tell you
Antonio
what.
and Bowen records, they're counting Prem, aren't they, only? But that's still not to take anything away. That's a good record. But in
For a
terms
centre
of
midfielder, that's very
yeah,
good.
but in
1 in
terms
5.
in terms of the record that they count with the Di Canio, the Colton Cole, Antonio Bowen, I'm interested to see where he is on that scale.
It doesn't really say.
He's got to be. He's got to be.
Just type in West Ham.
He's
Premier
definitely
League
top
goal
10.
scorers.
Surely he's top 10. He's got to be.
To be fair though, it ain't hard to get in our top 10
Exactly.
in the Premier League all fucking time.
50 is not many for a...
No, Haaland
team-
scored that in fucking 2
Let's be honest,
seasons.
for a team that's been in the Premier League as long as we have, 50 is not great, is it?
This is pathetic,
Yeah.
and it just shows you how poor we've been with our signing
Yeah,
strikers.
yeah.
Even before Golden Sullivan, we've been shit at signing strikers.
You've got to think what Artson got what 20,
Who's that, Graham?
23?
Watson.
Artson got 23 in one season. Was it 23 or
That was all
25?
comps though, but in the Premier League it was like 17, I think.
No, it
something
was
like
the
that,
last. I thought it was the last one. to
So
score 20 in the
Antonio's
Premier League.
top
in the season.
yeah.
Yeah.
with 68.
Prem.
Prem goals,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bowen's
Bowen's
second.
second with 59.
We could do that this
Cannon
season.
got 47, Noble got 47, and Colton Cole got 41. So even if it wasn't all comps, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not in there.
Yeah.
He's not in. He's not in the top 5. Then.
No.
Yeah, which wasn't.
But he's a centre midfielder.
Yeah, exactly.
But Frank Lampard is Chelsea's top scorer.
Yeah.
Mad.
But he's different kettle of fish.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Different kettle of fish.
But yeah, overall, like I said, it's just happy to be positive for once, and that's why we got to enjoy it. People say don't get carried away.
The test is
I'm
now.
enjoying it.
As I said, is this week.
Yeah, the test is next
Yeah.
week because it's going to be a totally different game because Burnley are going to come here fighting for their lives and they're going to get stuck in. They're going to rough us up a bit.
What I didn't like is the interviews after when they were saying we've got a good chance of 3 points. No choice.
But no disrespect
What
to
are they
Burnley,
supposed to
right?
say?
But away from home, they're a different side to what they are at home. So we have got a chance.
we've got a good chance, but we can't
I
take
don't
it
like.
for
I don't like hearing that.
Who said we ain't got a chance?
No one said we didn't got a chance. I
No.
said they've got a good chance. We've got a great chance of getting 3 points. There was about 2 players and the manager said it, right? And you can see it 2 ways. You see it confidence, which breeds confidence, right?
Yep.
Or you can see it as that's fucking going to kick Burnley right up the arse and think, oh yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Because they were before that Newcastle game, they'd have been looking at this game thinking, I fancy them at that fucking place. Like I fancy getting right stuck in there, and that's going to be extra motivation now. So that means these players have got, don't talk the talk, walk the walk.
I think the problem is that when you look at the games that we lost, that we shouldn't, the experiment.
The 2 experiments, that was crazy.
Yeah, and that's really, I think, in a way, what spearheaded the fact that, okay, this is the team that people want to see. And I think players like Potts and Fernandes stood up to be counted because they were like, hang on, this is our moment. Like, we've got to shine now.
It would have been crazy after how we ended at Leeds.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And they literally put their money where their mouth is. They stood up.
If he played this team in them 2 games, we'll probably be out the relegation zone.
If he
right
played
now.
this team against Leeds, we would have won. If he played this team against Brentford, I'm not going to say Brentford were really good on that night, but we were really bad.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And I think some people as well, I've seen them sort of take this way saying, calm down because Newcastle were just shit. Like how many times we played teams right and they haven't had to be good. We've been more shit.
I think we
So
also
that's-
showed that we've got a bit more resilience about us defensively in that second half because Newcastle had a lot of the ball and we didn't allow them to create a lot. And that's the thing.
They had a lot of possession in the second half, but they only created 1 chance, I think it was, or maybe 2 towards another one towards the end. Yeah, they didn't really threaten us, but you're always sitting there thinking they're going to get a goal. It's just what we've seen this season.
Yeah.
You think if they go on and equalise, they'll go on and get the winner.
Yeah.
That's how you think it is, but we shut them out. And look, I know we spoke a lot about Potts yesterday, and he got man of the match, rightly so. But Fernandes for me was up there with him yesterday. If you go back and watch the replays of what he done yesterday, the way he broke up play, his positioning, he was just levels there with Potts.
Yeah.
I think they was both unbelievable.
And that's the
yesterday.
thing. This is what the madness was: the fact that he didn't change that for the starting lineup against Leeds.
I still cannot work out how it's taken 10 games to get him in.
Yeah.
I really can't work that out.
This is one of them cases of how can the fans who see this guy
Because we know what we're looking for.
A few minutes here, there and there.
He didn't.
2 professional managers couldn't see what we
But
could see.
he didn't put a foot wrong when he played under Potter in pre-season. I didn't put a foot wrong. So Potter's seen all that, and he's gone and said, "Nah, not for me, Rodriguez."
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Honestly, he started in the first game, didn't he, Rodriguez?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, we had a midfielder, Rodriguez and Ward-Prowse.
Well, really?
Rodriguez and Ward-Prowse.
Honestly,
This is what I don't
I've got
understand.
no respect for Potter anymore. The Hermansen signing and immediate dropping of Areola has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
I've got to say, obviously, he's experimented with midfield, but the Ward-Prowse thing, I still don't get it. Because he is, again, I'm an advocate for Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, we know. You think he's the next
He should
Beckham,
not be,
right? Beckham
not
region.
next Beckham,
He's
but he shouldn't be starting. But
No,
he
there's a
should
place
have
for
a
him on
place
that
for him in
bench.
there.
Yeah,
There's set pieces and
I
things.
don't get why he's not involved in the match day
Mate,
squad. There's obviously
you say he's set pieces. Let's be honest. These
Come
set
on,
pieces took a
mate.
nosedive.
there's personal. There's
Yeah, but he
personal.
can't. He ain't allowed to beat Beckham's record. That's what
Yeah,
he
he ain't
There's
scored
something
a-
about that.
There's
He
something
ain't allowed to beat
personal gone
Beckham's
on
record.
between him and Nuno for him just to completely.
Maybe Nuno just like because he had him, didn't he? Maybe just actually you're not my type of player.
No, I'm
Like,
sorry,
you don't
but
fit
he's
what
better than
I-
Irving.
Sorry,
He is. He
you're
is.
not
I
my type
agree.
of
He's
player,
better than
but
Rodriguez.
Irving you are and Rodriguez you are.
No,
Come
but we
on.
saw that was a fucking experiment. Wasn't it? Like,
No, Dad,
but they're still in the squads,
You're
mate.
sitting there and saying, you're sitting there
Maybe there
and
is
saying
a
to me,
problem.
There's
James,
gotta
he literally thinks James Ward-Prowse isn't better than Irving and Rodriguez.
Yeah, listen,
He would rather pick them two for the bench and not have James
yeah,
Ward-Prowse.
I would rather have James Ward-Prowse over
Maybe
him.
Ward-Prowse too.
But listen,
Fuck it, I'm
but to
gonna
be
play.
fair, I'm not going to die on the hill of James Ward-Prowse. Hold up,
No, of course not.
if Nuno, if I have to choose between Nuno and Ward-Prowse,
Who's
I'm just
choosing
going to
between Nuno
No,
and
but
Ward-Prowse,
can you not
though?
listen to what I'm
I
saying?
am listening, but who's choosing
No,
that?
what I'm saying is, I'm not going to turn on Nuno. I'm not saying you'll turn on him, but I'm not going to use this as a stick to beat Nuno is. I really don't give a fuck about James Ward-Prowse.
I'm not using that.
I'll be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about
I'll continue
him.
to beat the stick
He's still shit. He's still
if I
not
see
good enough.
Irvine coming on the pitch again, I'll continue to beat him with that
If
stick.
Potts and Fernandez ain't available, right, and he's
Yep.
picking Irvine with James Ward-Prowse, then I will have a problem.
Yeah.
There is a theory
Yeah.
that James Ward-Prowse
Right.
is the masked footballer in the
Bullshit.
Baller League.
It's bullshit. He ain't.
How do you know?
'Cause it's not.
Do you know who he is?
No, but you can tell it ain't James Ward-Prowse.
How?
Because you can tell.
How?
Why would James Ward-Prowse go and play in that?
Does he play like David Beckham?
And he's
But I'm going to tell you something now, right? Maybe we'll put this in the clip. Look at his feet. He only goes on the pitch to take a free kick. No, wait.
Well, look at his
Look at
feet.
the positioning of his feet when he's taking a free kick.
Okay. Fair enough.
Now we know why he's such a big James Ward-Prowse fan. He likes his feet.
I'm going to have to watch a clip for this.
He's got-
I
What's
don't
the
watch-
positioning
I
of
don't
his
watch
feet
that.
when he takes a free kick?
No.
Just take the position of his feet when he takes a free kick. And every footballer
Yeah.
has a pretty much unique stance
So wait, hold
when they
up.
take the free
Hold
kick.
on. They do. They
You
do.
watch his stance when he takes a free kick,
Yeah.
and then go and watch James
Are you
Ward-Prowse when he
telling
actually
me?
scores one.
Are you telling me the reason why Irvin's playing over Ward-Prowse is because Ward-Prowse is playing fucking
No,
Baller
I'm not
League?
saying that, but I'm just saying. Say they found out that he is.
I'll be more worried if he goes on the Masked Singer, to be honest,
Yeah.
than fucking.
Yeah,
But
it's a bit weird that you'd risk your.
He's finished.
Yeah, but he's finished. But I'm sure if he's playing in that Baller League, it's a breach of contract.
Yeah, he's not.
That's why he's masked.
He's not
Mate,
finished.
Why would he? The geezer's on 115 grand a week, right? If he's jeopardising that to go on Ball League, he's an
Depends-
idiot.
depends what he's
But
earning for that
he
Ball
needs
League.
to.
He might be earning 150 grand a week.
Yeah.
For James Ward-Prowse. I mean, look, we were stupid
Listen,
enough to pay it.
James Ward-Prowse ain't bothered. He's training. He's happy when he's training.
don't
Listen,
cry
he's
for tears.
still-
Listen, I don't give a shit, right? And listen, I don't think.
do, when he's
right?
even though
you're his biggest fan.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
I don't think it is him, right?
Yeah.
But if that is him,
Yeah.
if that is him, right? I don't ever want to see him in a West Ham shirt again because you're choosing to go and play with kids.
Well, he's not choosing to.
No,
Well,
exactly.
He's
Nuno
being
ain't
forced
picking
to
him.
go and do that because
Yeah.
he's not getting in the squad.
No, but in Baller League.
Yeah, but Nuno don't want him.
Yeah, but if Nuno ain't picking him, he's probably thinking, well, fuck it, I'll go and play
Literally,
with angry fucking Ginge or whoever
Nuno
it is.
walks in the door and goes to him. Yeah, don't bother getting on the coach, mate.
Nuno
it
could have
depends
just
on the
said to him.
situation.
Nuno could have just said to him, look, you're not in my plans. We're going to sell you in January. Obviously, you can't make a move now, so you can train.
Sign him for Forest.
Did he though? This is the thing.
Yeah.
They might have been that nutty.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It happens, yeah.
But that is it, and it was just a little loan as a backup, and then never
He was
played.
playing though. He was playing,
He
and then he got
started.
sent off.
Yeah.
And then he never played again because they started hitting form.
Yeah, and then he just couldn't get back.
Maybe
into
it was
the
a sending
side.
off.
But at the end at the end of the day, like he needs to go. He's on too much money, like Ings was, and contributes very little.
I agree.
So long as we've got the midfield that we've got right, it's in front of him. Magassa, Potts, Fernandez, even Soucek, I'd put in front of him, right?
Yep.
And then it would be good if we could get I would like a bit of experience in the midfield, like quality experience, like Sunderland got with Xhaka. You got what's their face got Henderson, not
Brentford.
Brentford.
Yeah.
But not someone that old necessarily, but someone in the late 20s who's quality but got a little bit more experience.
At their peak, you want them at their peak.
Yeah.
Relegation for West Ham.
Well, it depends who they are, doesn't it? I'm not talking for fucking like.
You've got to listen.
You think we're going to get Xhaka or?
I'm not saying Xhaka at their peak, am I? I'm just saying someone.
Xhaka signed for Sunderland when they just got promoted.
But he's 33.
But did I ask for Xhaka at his peak? I just said someone.
29. 29's their peak.
Yeah, but someone experienced. They don't have to be fucking Arsenal player, do they? There's fucking 20 fucking leagues we could go to and get someone.
Name one.
Vladimir Vonchevsky.
You dating a person.
You don't know that, do you?
No,
you don't fucking know that, do you? That's my point.
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
You've got to look at. We're not
scout.
We're very much.
Vladimir Vonchevsky ain't got the experience anyway.
We're very unlikely to bring in players who are better than the players that we've got. But you've got to bring in players who are on the par of the players
but you can also look around for these top teams like who ain't playing for them. Have a loan deal.
Yeah, I would say Kobe Mainoo would be perfect.
Kobe Mainoo, yeah.
Kobe Mainoo. Well, his name's Kobe.
I thought you said Cabby.
No, what did I say?
You said Cabby Mainoo.
Kobe Mainoo would
But the
be
thing
perfect.
is, because you look at it, we've got Magassa 20, Potts 20, Fernandez 20, right?
I get what you're
21.
saying. You need someone with a bit more
age.
experience.
Yeah, exactly.
22, Kobe Mainoo.
Oh, Cabby's he's 22.
No, but you are right. But then you got Soucek, who's 30. That's the experience. Paquetá's 28. That's the experience.
Well,
sometimes you don't.
We just need someone to come in who's up to the standard and has got legs.
We need a striker as well.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the hardest.
And I still want a centre back.
We've been quite lucky with Wilson. And to be fair, he got dog's abuse when he signed for us. People were giving up their fucking season tickets and refusing to ever. We're Sullivan fanboys if we fucking support him.
This is. That's because you're even online.
We were Sullivan fanboys if we back Wilson. Fucking Wilson's been doing well.
But he's done exactly what we knew he was going to do. He was going to bring in the experience that he's got. He is still a decent player.
I just don't want to rely on him, mate.
That's it.
That's the thing. There should have been someone.
He's one bad tackle away from being out for a long time. We know that with Wilson. That's the only problem.
That's the issue. And with Fulkrug at that age, and him at that age, and then potentially it was Antonio. It could even still fucking be Antonio. Let's be honest.
Leave it.
Because Antonio is banging on the fucking door. I don't know whether you've seen what he's been saying today about Potter ruining his chances and all that, but
he's finished. He won't play for another. No one was signing. Brentford took him. Then
Brentford.
The only thing he'll go is he'll just drop the lower leagues.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do.
Maybe he could go to baller leagues.
I don't think he'll be.
Why don't he go baller
Maybe he's the
leagues?
master footballer.
Maybe he is. Have you looked at his feet?
He ain't a master football player because he moved without limping.
Yeah.
This is the problem. We get to January and we're signing Antonio on a free transfer.
We don't have to wait to January.
Even if we sign him now.
I'm just saying,
January, we're not signing him in summer.
That's why I was critical, because that would have been the free, right?
Yeah.
Now we've got down to two. One's already injured, and one, let's be honest, as he said,
oh shit! Breaking news.
He's got biscuit legs.
We just signed Antonio.
He's got biscuit legs, right?
And then you just got Marshall.
And then you got Marshall, and it's not fair to put Marshall in a situation like that.
No, it's not. But the thing is that
that's the hardest position to.
I don't quite get why Marshall went on the bench yesterday.
He might not have been fit.
Picked up a knock.
Do you know my concern?
He's playing for the under-21s.
The other kid was on the bench. The young kid.
Yeah.
This is why, right? I think it's pivotal for us now, for the player to get as far away from this relegation zone as possible. So January have a better chance of getting Tony, because Ivan Toney is probably the best striker we could potentially sign. Yeah. I'm not saying it will definitely come, but have because the market.
January with Ivan Toney is his wages. That's the only stumbling block, I think, because for him to come to West Ham, he'll play week in, week out.
Yeah.
he's just going to demand too much money, I think, and I don't think we're going to pay.
He's only going to be a loan because he can't come back.
Yeah,
if
but
he comes
they'll
back,
still
he'll
have to
the
pay.
tax.
Yeah.
Well, we'll pay a portion of it, surely, but not the whole
Depends how the
thing.
deal, but yeah, I just
I don't know what he's going to want, but if he has to be realistic, if he wants to play Premier League again, there's not a single club in the Premier that will pay him in wages.
There's another 12 Premier League clubs that will come attractive.
How much are we talking?
Hang on, paying his
Sunderland
wages.
would take him. Sunderland would take
No,
him.
paying his wages.
That's what he's saying. It's the wages
We
that's
ain't
an issue.
paying no wages.
But this is the thing.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I said. If Ivan Toney wants to play in the Premier League again, and sign for a Premier League club, and wages is an issue, no Premier League club are going to pay him Saudi wages. He will. They can't because of their PSR. But they can't because of the PSR. Otherwise, they could have just gone and done that to anyone. Everyone's got a wage structure.
But what you've got to remember, they've just earned that money from Isaac.
Yeah, but they're not going to. It doesn't mean they're going to break their wage structure.
But
you have a wage structure
if
for a
they're
reason.
sitting sort of top to mid-table and they need someone in for 6 months, and they can get him in on loan for 6 months and pay him the money and they need to play him, and it's going to guarantee, it's going to propel them to Champions League.
I think I think Ivan Toney's going to have a lot of offers in January, and I think
I don't know what wage what's he on?
He's probably on about
300, 400 grand a week.
400 grand a week.
Silly money.
Yeah.
So even half of that is 200.
You got to think when he went there, he was an English striker.
Yeah, but you think about it, if we're
and he
loaning
still wants
him,
to get into the World Cup squad.
if we're loaning him.
Yeah,
I'd pay 200 grand a week.
We could be.
You'd pay 200 grand. I would. Sullivan won't.
No, but you could put him on a wage like Danny Ings was on for 6 months.
Yeah, no, but he might not even have to. But it just depends on the situation.
Yeah.
You got that, but that is what we're saying. It's got to be important that we've been touching distance. There ain't no way Ivan Toney on a World Cup year. Right, if we're sitting 18th, 19th, 7, 8 points adrift from safety, he's not coming.
No,
Then
that's what I'm
again,
saying.
flip reverse. If he comes and saves us, he's in the fucking headlines every week in, week out, scoring goals.
If to him, I think it's going to be important that he's got a good chance of starting every game. There's players that are around him that he thinks he can create for him and provide, and he can score. And he thinks, can I score goals in that team? What do they create? And if he answers yes, then he can come. But for us, we have to do what we can to make ourselves as attractive as we can from now to then, and that's with results.
Yeah, 100%. That's all we can do. Otherwise, we're sort of stuffed, don't we?
That's it.
You know, and this is the big problem that we've got, is that we're not an attractive prospect still. You know, but we have got 2 months to sort that out.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So, yeah, there we go. That's it. I want to say, of course, as usual, big thanks to the Roundhouse in Dagenham, our P&P home,
And
as usual.
We are sitting in the back room. This is a back room. If you see the lovely bar here, they do like events here. This is available for hire. If you want to hire here, come to the Roundhouse and inquire about the rooms. Massive hall in here. You've probably been here before.
Not just, so you got this room and you got the back hall, so you can have that separate. Weddings, birthdays, any sort of events you want. Come down Roundhouse, you can do that, or just come for a pint in the pub next door. You might see me in here, it's my local. So do come and check out the Roundhouse.
Try to attract them, not put them off.
What do you mean? Listen, okay, and obviously OK Jerseys. Go and get your shirts down at OK Jerseys. 15 quid shirts and £14 something or whatever it is with code Nicky. Arrogant bastard. 8% off.
I didn't make the code.
He didn't. He made the code. He did. 8% off. Go and get them retros, your Iron Maidens, internationals.
Very nice.
All sorts of
very
clubs.
nice tops.
Yeah,
Very nice tops.
All right. very fancy.
Very fancy.
Yeah, got a badge and everything. So check them out. And so like I said, let us know what you think of the state of West Ham. Are we getting carried away? I don't care. I'm enjoying it, mate. I'm going to enjoy it. It's rare.
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you very much for watching. One thing left for us to say.
Come on, you guys.